person who has like a picture in their head.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hit the live button, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm the type of person who gets like a picture in their head, and it's weird because the way my brain works is I'll get a picture, but I have hard time developing the words in my head.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's funny.
Yep.
All right.
Real quick.
Well, we chat. Want to just get started? If John comes in, John comes in.
Sure, but do you want me to do the countdown?
Yeah, let's do that countdown. Let's do that video. Let's get it rolling.
All right, let's do it. Oh, shoot, right. It's not automatic. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey, everybody.
Nice.
What is up? Yeah, I forgot. So, fun thing about the StreamYard bullshit. You can't do an intro and outro video.
Okay.
Like, you can't make it go automatic. You have to do it manually now, and I completely forgot about that.
Hey, man, that's all right. Push those buttons. That's all right.
Right. All right. I can push these buttons. I mean, look, I can do this.
Do it. Nice.
Yeah, I could do all kinds of neat.
Do you have the lightning bolt that we had in there, and you can put that in the background?
I can. Yeah, I could do that. If you can give me the animation, I can put it in there.
Well, it's just a still picture. It's just a still frame. The one that says the Cosmos on it, the one that we used for the link to this.
Oh, I could do that. Yeah, that way we don't just have
doing admin stuff on a live broadcast. No problem.
You're right.
Yeah, this is how the bread is made, y'all. This is how the bread is made, everybody.
Yeah. Do you guys think we do anything professional? Nah, man. We just sit here.
We're figuring it out as we go.
Yeah, exactly. Let's
say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody who's joining us here. This is the Cosmos. Today you've got Chad and I'm David, and we're going to do a little brainstorming. We're missing some members today. Some might jump in a little bit later, but that's okay. Between Chad and I, we can get it done. And we're going to be doing a little brainstorming today. So it's going to be fun.
Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, no, we make two halves of a whole idiot here, me and Dave. And we're two creative, semi-creative people. I
might be a quarter of an idiot. That's whatever.
I mean, is that bigger than a half?
I'm the idiot. I don't know. I don't understand. Is that the metric system? I don't know.
I don't know, dude. I compare everything.
Miles.
My thing is this. Like when you're measuring something, I go, okay, is that as big as 2 cheeseburgers or not? Like,
yeah.
I can't do math.
Nice.
My wife's really good at math, and I'm really good at English.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not.
No, just the one language you speak. Hey, if you speak it well, that's okay.
I'm really good at Taco Bell menu language, though. I can say
that would count. I think in the 21st century that counts as bilingual.
Absolutely, I agree.
Sure.
It used to be you could speak leaked and it would be amazing. Now you have to speak brain rot now to be
things like skibbity toilet.
Yes,
those kind of fun things.
Go find my brother on Facebook and message him Skibbity Riz Ohio, and he will lose his fucking mind.
Yeah, I teach. I'm a middle school teacher, and I teach high school also. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really hear that much stuff from the group of kids that I have for the 4 years. I do 4 quarters of 10 weeks, And from these kids, I haven't really heard much of that. It's, every once in a while they're making jokes about it, but they're not like talking to each other in this new code kid lingo stuff.
No.
So, not like when we were kids, everything was awesome and radical and gag me with a spoon and whatever. Or was that just in John Hughes movies?
Well, one, that wasn't my generation.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. I'm old. You're young.
You're old.
You are good looking. I am not attractive. You are smart. I am dumb. My bad.
You're correct. Yeah, let's keep up here for a moment.
Now that we got that figured out.
Yeah, no, I was Home Slice and G Skillet and Homie and
Home Slice
stuff. Yeah, like
can I ask you a question, Chad?
What?
Did you frost your tips?
No. Was I supposed to?
I don't know.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I thought you meant now. No, God, no. I'm not a douchebag now. No,
back in the day.
Back in the day, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Actually, my hair was a lot longer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My hair was like more like down to here.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, baby.
I was a baby of the beautiful, beautiful long locks for a while. Yeah. So anyway.
I would say that when I was younger, the only word you would use to describe my hair would be bird's nest. I think my parents used to make the joke that I didn't touch a comb or a brush until I was maybe 12 or 13 years old.
Is that because you're always late to school, so you had to run out of bed?
I was just a maniac, man. I was just a maniac. You couldn't stop it. They tried really hard. They couldn't stop it. They couldn't stop the madness.
I would love to see you with like a bird's nest hair, because your hair is so short now. So I think that would be really funny to watch.
I'm just almost 50 years old. I'm just happy to have any.
Mine that is fair. Mine actually, when my hair gets longer, I have like 5 cowlicks.
Oh, yeah.
But anyway, we're not here to talk about our fashion choices.
That's not what we're here to
do. No, I mean we're doing a cold open type thing anyway. Sure. So it's not like so anyway, no, today we are actually here to brainstorm, and what we wanted to do, and let me explain what a brainstorm is. You all know what it is. It's where you come up with ideas, a place, characters, whatever, and you come up with a story with brainstorming. Or if you need to do a history report or anything like that in school, but that's not what we're talking about. And in this case, we are doing a public domain story where we took places, heroes, and villains of different public domain locations, heroes and villains. Mm-hmm. And some of them you can argue aren't villains, and some of them you can argue aren't heroes.
Subjective.
Yeah, exactly. Because some of mine on my list because I did villains, Dave did heroes, and John isn't here to do places right now. So we got it. Well, we
got it under control.
We got that under control. Turns out Mars is a public domain place.
Nice.
Literally, if you Google public domain places, you can see what they are.
Yeah.
And Mars popped up.
Well, I mean, Earth would be public domain, right? You can't not have Earth as public domain. Do you think somebody could copyright Earth?
I mean, in today's climate, maybe.
I guess it depends on how much money you have.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's why I was surprised that Mars is public domain. Yeah. So it's like
every time somebody puts a foot down on the soil, they owe somebody a penny.
Oh yeah. Are you familiar with Christopher Columbus?
Well, he got his money's worth. I can tell you that much.
He sure did. Yeah. Questionably. I mean, he got lost, but anyway, that's not really the point.
He was bad at math. We were just talking about that. He was bad at math, so that's
he was very bad at math. Yes.
Whoops.
So we also excluded real people, only because I couldn't really figure out if they are public domain.
Yeah.
But also too, that just gets kind of complicated, and I don't really want to offend anybody with my Helen Keller jokes. So we can talk about that another time. I have a really good idea for a Helen Keller isekai, but nobody wants to do it with me. It's an easy gig. You just fill all the pages with black.
Nice.
Dave's like, a Chad, you are never coming
That's
onto the
dumb and
Cosmo.
blind jokes. Okay.
Exactly. Hey, listen, we're all here. I'm deaf. You're blonde.
It works. It
Anyway,
works.
see, we're both dumb.
All right.
Anyway, so we are gonna spitball what type of story we can come up with.
Sure.
And if you're in the chat and you're listening, please shoot us some ideas. Like we want to hear your guys' ideas too. You know, all of us also have brain fog where we will say, oh, we don't know what we're talking about, or we can't think of anything.
Sure.
So do we want to start with heroes? I feel like that's...
Why don't we start with the land, the place first?
Oh, okay.
So we have an idea. And I believe that that's mine here, right? And I have my you're going to get fancy on us. I can't get that fancy, but I've got my Superman 10 right here that has the Clark turning into Superman here. So we've got a bunch in here. I'm going to give it a little shake. I'm going to reach in. I'm going to get a good one. So we said also, can we veto? Each of us get one veto?
Yes.
Okay. So here we go. Boop. And I've got, okay, Neverland.
Damn it, it's not Steamboat Mickey's boat.
I really wanted that Steamboat Willie boat.
I know. Listen, Steamboat Willie is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Like classic cartoons. I mean, obviously it's an oldie, but it's a goodie.
Yeah.
So I love it.
I agree.
Yeah.
So Neverland is the place. You want to do the villains next, and I'll get the heroes ready to go here?
Absolutely. So let's go ahead. Let's see. So for me, I got fancy.
Fancy.
Because, come on, you dumb thing. I came up with a wheel of names. And on this wheel, okay, I guess this, can I hide that? I can hide that. I have all these people, and some of these you can argue are not villains, but I will argue that they are villains.
And some of them are more than one person at a time.
Exactly. Literally.
Yeah.
All right, but let's spin this wheel and see what we got.
Can you get it up on the board?
Can you see it?
No, I can't see it.
Wait, you can't spin the wheel? You don't... The wheel's not being shared? Oh! All right, let me start this over. Sorry, I forgot to click this. I thought it automatically did it. It does not. All right, so we will do it.
Spin for the wad.
Spin for the wad. I don't know what that means, but all right.
The wad of cash.
Count Dracula.
Count Dracula, okay.
All right. You know what's really fun? Okay. Count Dracula.
What's that? So the Count Dracula in Neverland so far. And you could argue that Count Dracula is an antagonist, or a protagonist, not an antagonist.
You can, exactly.
You could argue that, right? You could argue that.
I mean, what has he actually done?
Yeah.
Vampires just minding their own business.
Yeah. It's, turning people into vampires. Ghouls of the night. Sure, why not? All right, so I've got now heroes. I hope it's good. So far, we haven't vetoed anything. You don't feel like you want to veto anything?
It depends. I actually want to talk to you about Count Dracula.
Okay.
And Neverland.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that in a moment.
Okay, let me reach into the phone booth here and guess these are all now heroes. And I got this might be my first veto, but it could be interesting. Alan Quartermain. Yeah, I think I'm gonna veto it too. Okay. You want to reach it again?
But why are you vetoing it?
Because I don't think there's enough dichotomy between Dracula and Alan Quartermain.
That's fair.
We can have some fun stuff, like hunter stuff in there, but I don't think there's enough fun dichotomy between the two characters. Okay, here we go. Grab number 2. Okay, this one's interesting. Robin Hood. Yeah, no reaction at all to Robin Hood? It can be your first veto. That's okay. I can pull it again.
I kind of want to veto Count Dracula. And my main reason is so Zenscope did a Neverland story. You're familiar with Zenscope, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So they did a Neverland story, and Peter Pan was a vampire.
I vaguely remember this now that you're saying it out loud.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
So
like some
veto.
kind of yeah. So I was
Yeah.
like, that's kind of just we're just kind of telling the Neverland story
Yeah.
of Peter Pan being evil, and I'm like,
Okay.
So
Okay.
all
I
right.
like the idea of Robin Hood in Neverland, though. That's a little bit different. There's enough stuff going on there.
Oh, I have an idea for it.
Oh wow, you've already started in your brain.
Yeah, I've actually already started
You're a
brainstorming.
true creator, my friend. You're a true creator. Nice. You want to grab another villain?
I do. Let me go ahead and bring this up. I think you're gonna love what what idea I have.
Okay.
Did it pop up or no?
I have not seen it yet.
No.
It's not up
There we
there.
go. Okay, it's not added.
There we go.
Okay, cool. We got it right here in the corner. Somebody rubbing lotion on their body part. Cool.
It puts the lotion in the basket. That's one that we can put in the Buffalo Bill. Okay. Phantom of the Opera?
Phantom of the Opera.
Okay. Boy, we're pulling some weird stuff out of there. I don't mind that. I bet we could do that.
Actually, yeah. I think we could. I have an idea. You could say
make that roll.
I think we can make that roll. I agree. Wait, John
remember
just messaged
before
me.
we start making a roll, remember everybody, our links in the comments down there, right? And then you leave comments, likes and hearts and shares and all that good stuff. We appreciate everybody that's watching right now. We appreciate it. If you want to ask questions or chime in, go ahead.
Yeah, and if we also get anything wrong, because I'll be totally honest with you, it's been a long time. In fact, now that I'm really saying it out loud, I don't think I've ever read The Phantom of the Opera. I'm pretty sure I've only seen the movie.
That's okay. There's enough there.
Right. And I mean, it's a dude with a weird, and I know the mask, like the mask is symbolism. Yeah. Like you could, he has the little half face thing, and it's like, hey.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember the name of his love interest. It's a really weird, it's really normal name. It's like Vanessa.
Yeah. It's,
in fact, I think that's what it is. Maybe I could be wrong.
I don't know. Who is his love interest? All right.
Ask your Alexa that's sitting right there.
Oh, Alexa, who's the Phantom of the Opera's love interest? Christine.
Christine, I was super close. Vanessa,
Alexa,
Christine.
Stop. I mean, they're both basic names. Like, either way.
Yeah. So, should we get money for that plug right there?
Alexa?
Yeah.
No, not you, Alexa.
We should get money for that plug.
We should get money for this plug.
They're listening. They're always listening.
So, did you open up the Google Doc that I
did not.
So if you go into the private chat.
Yeah. Oh, this guy right here. Okay, gotcha. Burp.
Oh. And if you
I don't know if I can do both of those at the same time.
You don't have dual screens?
Probably not. You can still see me, right?
I mean, I can, but you mean you don't have like dual monitors?
Like more than one computer in front of me?
Like more than one monitor in front of you, yeah.
Man, look at you, fancy pants. You're like Daddy Warbucks over here.
Doesn't everybody have dual monitor? I can't really do.
Like, can in all transparency here, I'm using my daughter's computer from school for this. I have my own computer. I just don't want to use my computer.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, you're stupid. You're stupid. But anyway,
that's fair. That's fair.
So I am going to share. Can I switch to the screen? Of course, it doesn't let me do this. Ever since the new update with, I don't know what anything is included anymore in this. Okay, so
wait, while you're trying to share your screen, let's come up with some ground rules.
All right, I'll write down these. Let's write down the ground rules.
Okay, so you want to get the place, the two characters, and the ground rules of, and there don't have to be a lot of ground. There don't have to be any ground rules. You could tell me no ground rules at all. Whatever, anything goes. Look at you, fancy with all your screen sharing and your typing abilities. This guy knows what he's doing.
Listen, I am fully aware the only reason why you recruited me is because I'm a millennial and I know what I'm doing with computers and technology, and you don't. So it's okay.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wait, how old do you think I am?
45.
Well, you're pretty close. I'll take it, though.
All right. I say 35. But I'm not going to be that nice.
I'll take 45.
Oh, you're 47.
Nice. 49.
No, you're not.
I am. I'll be 50 in 3 months.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm an old bugger.
Well, you're very good looking for your age.
Oh, watch out for this guy. I'm married.
Aw, me too, but she doesn't have.
Oh, no. Hey,
John.
Hey.
Sorry, I interrupted the love fest.
This guy. Hey, what's going on, John?
Didn't we say 6:30?
No. Didn't you get the message?
Ooh, I messed it up. Everybody's messing up today.
I
seriously thought it was 6:30.
Yeah. No. 6 was 7 Eastern, right? So it'd be 6 Pacific?
Yeah. I thought it was I missed the part where we changed. Oops.
We said 7 it is.
Better late than never. You want to be caught up on the deal?
Yeah, let's get me caught up.
So we got our place is Neverland. Our bad guy is the Phantom of the Opera, and our good guy is Robin Hood.
Okay.
Yep. Not too shabby, right? And we were just about to come up with any ground rules that we wanted to put into, any stipulations, any addendums that we wanted to put into the story, if we had any at all.
And John, in the private chat, I am bringing up the Google Doc that if you want to open it. Do you have dual screens?
I do. Look at me.
See?
Boy, I need to step up my game then, huh? I need to step up my game. I was happy when I was able to get my logo on the television behind me.
See?
Boy.
Use that. You can use that.
Yeah, I could use that. I should just be playing us on YouTube behind us while we're doing this on this.
There you go.
That'd be sweet. Okay. So do we want any ground rules? Like, do we want to say that only one side character from each story is allowed, or 2 side characters, or as many as we want?
I would say one side character.
Okay. One side
only
character.
Because yes, but I think that there should be at least 2 characters from the location.
Okay, I agree with that. So at least 2 characters from Neverland.
So one side character.
Does Robin Hood somehow gain magical abilities in this universe? Because if we're in Neverland, is it Neverland that has the magic, or is it?
That's a good question. Maybe if one of the characters gives him magic abilities, one of the Neverland characters give him magic abilities, sure.
2 characters from Neverland. Thanks, John.
Can one of the guidelines be that none of the Neverland characters can be main characters? Maybe just side characters?
Yes, I think we do not include Peter Pan or Captain Hook.
Yeah, 100%.
We can pay mention to them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so none of the Neverland main characters.
Okay. Perfect. We're rocking and rolling.
And I do think characters can get magical powers.
Sure. Yeah.
Or just powers. Like, they don't even have to be magical.
Yeah.
So.
Well, maybe we stick with anything that's been shown in any Peter Pan adaptation. So, like, they wouldn't be able to time travel, or they wouldn't be able to, like, laser beams out of their eyes, because they've never shown that in any Peter Pan adaptation that I've ever seen.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So any magic characters can get magical powers within
Yes.
the world that's established. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then shut up, Chad. Okay, so that's the next. That's the next rule. John, did you want to include anything?
No, I mean nothing that I can think of off the top of my head. I like the idea of it kind of being other characters in that universe, so making it more about the world than the other characters.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the only thing established then is pixie dust and that they don't age, right? That's the only thing that they really.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
What about the Hook? Who's an expert on Hook? Was there a?
I don't think he had any special abilities.
I mean the movie Hook.
Oh, the Hook. No, nothing else crazy. A Tinkerbell could grow.
True, that's true.
Yeah, at least once. She did it. But yeah, other than that, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Like that imagination thing where their imagination summoned the food to be real.
Okay.
So that's an official power, right?
Well, that's magical powers that are already in the world that's established.
Yeah.
So I think that
stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be specifically from like the original story. I think that if it's, any adaptations, like I don't think Peter's shadow comes to life in the original story. But then again, it's also been like forever since I've read Peter Pan, and I really am only familiar with the Disney version because that's the one that's resonated.
I bet that we could say that his shadow could be sentient.
Robin Hood?
Maybe any shadows can be sentient.
Well, that falls into the magical powers that's already established.
Yeah, great.
So yeah. I mean, we can include. Well, I guess the Lost Boys are side characters.
Sure.
We also we don't include the Indians.
For lots of reasons.
For lots of reasons.
Well, if we did it the right way, we could. I agree. We can.
We want to be.
Chad, is there any way you can make the words? Can you plus the words up a little bit? They're a little hard to read.
Plus the words up, Chad. Plus them up.
Plus the words up. All right.
Is that not the millennial phrase to use?
For the old people there.
You darn millennials.
It was a little hard to see.
Hey, man, I'm Gen X, baby. I'm analog.
For the record, I also looked at the screen and it was a little blurry. So I don't blame any of you guys. Actually, I do, but that's not the
point. All right. I think we've got some ground rules. Is anybody, Chad, you said you already had an idea for what the start is. Let's brainstorm. Let's do it.
All right. So I'm going to, do you want me to type it? Or, I'm just going to tell you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
So Robin Hood, and we can come up with how he arrives in Neverland. But Peter Pan is missing, and Robin Hood gets mistaken as Peter Pan because they both wear generally the same outfits.
Okay. Yeah.
So they all continue throughout out this series. They all think it's just Peter Pan with amnesia, but he keeps trying to convince them that he's Robin Hood the whole time.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Yeah. So like the opening.
So maybe the hat itself is a vessel. It's a port key of sorts to different universes.
Right. Yeah.
So we introduce Robin Hood in like a way that people think it's Peter Pan at first. So we need a character that's gonna initially say Peter Pan, and then it spins Robin Hood. So what if Smee is walking through the woods? He's got to be doing something. Oh, I know. Smee is
a villain
running.
now. That's
okay. Smee's running through the woods, and he's running from something, and he's sweating, and he's screaming, and he's yelling, "Captain, Captain, Captain!" But nobody's helping him. And as he runs past us, we see behind him and start to hear tick tock, tick tock, the crocodile running after him to eat him. So as Smee's running, Smee trips, and the crocodile is bearing down on top of him. A shadow, a green, dark shadow comes and drops on top of the crocodile and takes a long spear and foop right through his head. So the crocodile's not moving, but you still hear the tick tock, tick tock.
Oh, man.
And the figure stands up, And Smee is like, oh, it's Peter Pan, it's Peter Pan. And then somehow a light, let's see. So, maybe Smee had a torch in his hand. So Smee throws the torch towards the figure, and instead of it lighting up Peter Pan, it lights up Robin Hood.
No, Smee had Tinkerbell and a lantern. That's what he had.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so there's our opening. And he's got to say something cool, like Errol Flynn, Robin Hood, cool. Like,
like a Bryan Adams song, or
you what?
Like a Bryan Adams song or something like that?
No, we're using Errol Flynn as the model for Robin Hood here, not Kevin Costner. Maybe Carrie Ewells. He was a good one.
Yeah, there we go.
We can use him as the model. Great, even better.
So this could be Robin Hood gains Peter Pan's powers from Tinkerbell's pixie dust, because if he throws the lantern and the pixie dust gets on him,
sure. Yep. And maybe Robin Hood can say, I don't know who this Peter Pan guy is, but he can't look better in green than I do. Something like that.
By the way, you guys can also type too. That's why I'm here, or that's why you guys are there.
I think you're doing a bang up job.
Oh, okay, well, Robin Hood quote. No, so this is good, and they're looking for Captain Hook.
I would say that something's happened.
Running from the Phantom of the Opera. I thought that would be the reveal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now we've got Tinkerbell, Robin Hood, and Smee.
I'm still stuck on Robin Hood being a fox, so I want him to bite Tinkerbell's head off. But
now you threw me for a loop. So now I'm going to picture Robin Hood as a fox the whole time.
Right. Wait, I can't get it out of my head. That's the one to me,
Why is Robin Hood a fox? Oh, because of the Disney one.
Our Robin Hood, just like the Lost Boys are wearing the animal helmets, our Robin Hood could be wearing a fox head.
But why is he wearing a fox head?
Because that's what he does.
But
that's what they do in Neverland.
All public domain reimaginings need to be dark and gritty. Okay, so
yeah, okay, so he kills
murdered this fox.
Yeah,
some cool murders fox. No, I'm not going to put that.
Wearing a fox head, just like the Lost Boys wear their animal furs.
Wearing a fox head,
or we could also tie that in later.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a little question mark on that because
question mark.
I think that's a great visual. And it ties so many things together.
Like what?
Like the Disney version of Robin Hood with the fox, like the Lost Boys.
Oh, I thought you meant like Robin Hood's secretly a murderer. Robin Hood's a murderer.
Well, technically.
I mean, like me and like John was saying that technically Robin Hood he could be considered a villain in his own right.
Yeah, easily.
But it also depends on your subjectiveness of it.
Sure.
Just
before we continue, in my research for public domain, did you know that Fing Fang Foom is in the public domain?
Oh, is he really?
I guess, at least what I read, you never know, the internet.
That's pretty awesome.
Their original in Strange Tales or Tales of Suspense, they did not recopyright his original appearance. So his original appearance, and I guess he didn't appear for so many years and then it lapsed. So in case anyone wanted to throw Fing Fang Foom in there,
That's really cool. That's really cool. All right.
Does that that's interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Let's not get sidetracked though, gentlemen.
Is that why they made him an alien recently?
Maybe. No, he's been still a dragon, but I just think the original, because they would do that all the time. They would have like one-offs in those books, and then they wouldn't appear again for 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah, but
appeared in Fantastic Four.
Yeah, interesting. But as I remember correctly, that he was revealed recently as like an alien.
Yeah,
and not an actual like dragon.
That would make sense, I guess.
But anyway, I digress. We're not here to talk about the history of Fin Fang Foom, although I would be interested in learning more about that.
Okay. All right, so we back to our story. We have the team up of Robin Hood, who's wearing a fox head, Tinkerbell, and Smee.
Shmee. Everybody loves Shmee. I really know nothing about any of the original sources, so I defer to you guys on what you want to pull from those.
Yeah, I read the book many years ago to my kids.
How about the Phantom of the Opera murdered
Captain
Hook?
Yeah.
Okay. And stole the boat. And stole, what was the name of the boat? Jolly Roger.
And stole.
So Smee now has recruited Tinkerbell, and he was hoping Peter Pan, but for some reason he got Robin Hood to get the Jolly Roger back.
And of course, Robin Hood kills him on the spot.
Kills him right on the spot. Arrow
right through the face.
Arrow through the neck, fade to black. We did it.
Is he rich? Yes. All right, let's fucking kill this guy.
Nice.
So
Smee promises him treasure if he'll help, and he says, "Does that mean you're rich?" And he puts an arrow right through his neck.
Nice.
Like, well, he holds the holes in between his fingers like Wolverine.
Yeah. So here's the question: did the Phantom recruit all the other pirates, or is he by himself?
I don't know.
You know what? He can.
That's
Just what?
Is that something the Phantom of the Opera would do? I don't even know his intentions.
Yeah. Okay. What are his intentions?
That he longed for a girl and he got burned in a fire.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all of his intentions.
Yeah.
He wants this woman. So
maybe
I guess
Wendy was that woman, and now he's mad because she's dead and he didn't age. I don't know.
Okay. We could, because Wendy's the main character. Do we want to put in Wendy?
We said side character.
Or I think it'd be
2 characters from Neverland. So we have 2 characters from Neverland already.
Yeah.
Tink
wait a minute. What about Mrs. Darling? What about Mrs. Darling? Wendy's mom.
Maybe she attended the opera often.
They're both from London, right?
Yeah.
So now Wendy or the Phantom of the Opera has kidnapped Wendy's mom, Mrs. Darling, to make her his own. We can figure out why later. Right? So we've got a side character that's connected still to. And maybe has, you know what? We could do this too. This is fun. We can make Mr. and Mrs. Darling, he kidnapped both of them. And so we technically have Captain Hook there because Mr. Darling and Captain Hook are traditionally in the theater played by the same actor.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
I'm lost.
So Mr. and Mrs. Darling, right? Wendy's parents. So Mr. and Mrs. Darling, we could say the Phantom of the Opera kidnapped both of them, right?
Okay.
Mr. Darling is the actor who plays in the theater production of Robin Hood. Of Peter Pan, is traditionally plays both. The same actor plays both Mr. Darling and Captain Hook.
In this world, you're not saying like
no. I'm saying in the world that we live in. In the theater production, Mr. Darling and Captain Hook are played by the same actor.
And the Phantom of the Opera's confusion.
Yeah. So
why don't you type that out?
I'm saying so. We technically have Captain Hook there, Dave, even though it's not the character.
Dave, why don't you go ahead and type that out? Because
no, I'm spitballing here. I'm spitballing. So he's kidnapped Wendy's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Darling.
Okay.
That's all we need. The other stuff is just side stuff.
You're messing with me. You're telling me to type it, and then you're over typing me.
Okay, I'm sorry, John. You were talking. I was saying Dave was going to type it, but John, you're going to type it. Go ahead. So
the Phantom of the Opera has kidnapped Mr. and Mrs. Darling, Wendy's parents, from London, and taken them to Neverland.
Okay, so wait. But why? How did he get to Neverland?
Okay.
Well, we don't have to reveal everything in the first issue, you know.
That is true. We don't have to.
I've got an idea for that.
How did Robin Hood get there? We don't.
I've got an idea for that.
He killed the fox.
No, so I have a daughter, and we watched all those Tinkerbell movies. There's a bunch of fairies that all have the same abilities. There could be a bad fairy that has grabbed the Phantom of the Opera and told him to kidnap Mr. and Mrs. Darling for nefarious reasons that we do not know yet.
I'm gonna tell you right now. This is why I write everything alone.
No, you don't like that idea? Okay, fine, that's fine.
No. I'm literally just teasing. Like, so. No, I mean it's not. Listen, it's not genuinely. None of this stuff are bad ideas. I just get very easily confused because I can't do math properly, so that's why.
Okay. It's okay.
But yeah, no, or it could be. Yeah, if the bad fairy convinced the Phantom of the Opera,
He is now the POTO.
Yep.
that's fair. Pirate of the Opera. Pirate of the.
Hey, there you go.
Sure. You know what? After this, we are completely vetoing Phantom of the Opera from any other situation.
Yeah, whose idea was that?
He's the guy. Listen, Robin Hood was the only thing I was able to say was Robin Hood was mistaken as Peter Pan.
I mean, that's a good start.
What else you got?
That's all I had. That's why you guys were here. So yeah, so we could convince the Phantom of the Opera for if the chat would help us out too. That'd be cool.
True.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a billion ideas where to go, but I don't want to like railroad anybody. I don't want to like steamroll over everybody's ideas.
No,
so.
Please steamroll.
Yeah. So we've got again Smee and Tinkerbell and Robin Hood, right, who have teamed up. The Phantom of the Opera has kidnapped Mr. and Mrs. Darling, and we have a bad fairy with them, right? So the idea is why did he do this? And how are Tinkerbell, Smee, and Robin Hood, what are they going to do about it? Right?
Right.
So we can say that, oh, shoot, I lost it. I had exactly where I wanted to go, and I lost it. That's okay. That's the whole point of brainstorming, right?
Right.
So Smee tells the story of how Phantom killed Captain Hook and took over the pirate ship, which can be its own harrowing thing, right?
Sure.
And then we cut to the Phantom of the Opera here we go, on the pirate ship, and he's having the pirates hoist up a giant chandelier onto the mast to be able to have his chandelier on the mast on the deck of the Jolly Roger. Right? So we need those visuals, right?
I don't know the significance of the chandelier, but
so the chandelier is the thing that dropped down on him, and I'm pretty sure it killed him at the end of Phantom of the Opera. Spoiler, sorry.
Gotcha.
So he's having the pirates hoist up the chandelier on the mast to be able to have a chandelier hanging
on
down
the boat to make the boat look different.
Yeah. So he's turning it into his theater.
Okay. I feel like you've thought about this for a while.
I just came up with that 2 seconds ago.
He's a good brainstormer.
All right. So we need something for Mr. and Mrs. Darling to do. And we can change it. It doesn't have to be Mr. and Mrs. Darling.
No, I kind of like that idea. I like your idea of like a reveal later that it's not really the Phantom of the Opera, but maybe another jealous fairy or somebody with, something like that.
I mean, I have an idea of who the Phantom of the Opera is, but
okay.
Oh,
wow,
Prince John?
Twists and turns.
What?
Is it Prince John?
It is Prince John. Congratulations, you solved
the
mystery. No, it's not. But I'm actually gonna type it in the chat.
Oh, okay. See if anybody else can figure it out.
Oh, okay.
Oh, actually, that is a good twist.
That's a good little twist. Yeah.
Oh, that actually is a good twist.
But
now you all, anybody watching, you got to figure it out.
You've cracked the code. Yeah. Say it out loud. Let's do it.
So my thought process was that
we got somebody chiming in.
So Phantom of the Opera, Pot O, kidnapped Wendy's parents, killed the dad, Captain Hook, and Wendy's mom is Maid Marian's sister.
Nice.
And is called upon Robin Hood for help to rescue his sister.
Boy, Dynamite, you got it. Nice job, Bob. You're dynamite.
Dynamite.
Well, my bu-
And obviously, this is all fantastical. The fact these are made up things, we all know that. But my only contention with that point is that Robin Hood, different eras. We're talking medieval versus
maybe maybe an ancestor, like a
okay,
yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah.
To be fair, are you familiar with the Ultimate Showdown song by Lemon Demon?
I'm not.
Time periods don't matter. So
Okay,
I feel
I
like
can link
I feel
that.
like
Sorry.
yeah,
We're already
like,
we're already putting people through to different dimensions and stuff. We might as well just
Sure. I can link that, and I can tell you why Robin Hood is there. So Maid Marian and Mrs. Darling are ancestors. They look exactly. They have the same genes. They look the same.
Wait,
Okay.
Robin Hood and Maid
Robin Hood.
Marian.
Right, Robin. So that connects it to Maid Marian and Mrs. Darling are ancestors.
Oh,
right. So
Robin
they look
Hood and
they look
Mrs.
exactly the
Darling.
same. So that's why Robin Hood is there to be able to save the woman he thinks is Maid Marian, but it's not really. It's Mrs. Darling, an ancestor of Maid Marian. How he got through a time tunnel.
Entertainment. We got their next Grim Fairy Tales.
How he got through a time tunnel to get there, I don't know.
Save Mr. Darling because they're Mrs. Darling. I'm gonna watch Save Mrs. Darling because he thinks it is Maid Marian. My thought is Pot O is Phantom is Robin Hood. Not Robin Hood, guys.
No. You messed up your own twist.
Peter Pan. It's Peter Pan.
I think that was a good call. It seems obvious now, but
Wendy back by kidnapping her parents.
Sure.
And he was a huge fan of the Phantom of the Opera, and that's why he wears a disguise as the Phantom of the Opera.
Nice. He never, when he went back to London, he saw the play, the musical, and decided to adopt that persona.
Yeah, because he's fucking evil.
I think that Robin Hood to explain, like to kind of explain away, like maybe Smee asks him, how did you get here? How did you know? And he said that when the Phantom kidnapped, well, he wouldn't have really seen that, would he? Because it's Mrs. Darling, not Maid Marian.
Truthfully,
we've got ourselves a little time loop here.
I'll just tell you right now. I just think it should be Wendy sends Robin Hood after Phantom of the Opera.
Okay.
Think Wendy. I just think Wendy send Robin Hood after. Why did you put my name?
Because that's what you said. I just think.
Oh, because what it could be is that I don't. My thing is the time paradox thing doesn't matter.
Sure.
In this thing, because we're talking about a fictional story. In that case, The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, by Alan Moore, Grant Morris, Alan Moore, shouldn't. All these characters are from different time periods.
And really, Peter Pan is ageless, so it could be any time.
True.
Right.
It could be any time. So, and I think to explain it away, you could just say Robin Hood says something like, a little brown-haired girl in a blue dress told me second star to the right and straight on till morning.
Second star to the right.
Sure.
Wow.
And that's how he got there.
Right.
Bada boom,
exactly.
Bada bing.
That's it.
Yeah. And it doesn't even have to be the original Robin Hood. Like, we never even established that either.
Yeah.
True.
Like,
True.
Yeah.
It could also be reviewed that it's just a lost boy that's fucking confused and thinks the Robin Hood. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities to why Robin Hood is there.
There's a lot of there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got there.
All
Chad
right,
thinks
we want a final confrontation. So Smee and Tinkerbell and Robin Hood, swimming up to the boat, climbing up the mast or climbing up the side of the boat, and seeing the pirates hoisting up the chandelier, and seeing
how gritty are we gonna make this?
As gritty as you want. We can show a little blood. We can make it pretty gritty.
So I got a better idea.
Okay.
How about they
We already
resurrect
stuck an arrow through Smee's neck. Why not?
We did? Oh shit!
We did?
We killed Smee. Shit,
I-
we killed Smee. We got to go
forgot
back and
to-
rewrite Smee.
We killed the alligator crocodile. Not
So-
me.
Robin Hood has magical powers now, thanks to Tinkerbell's pixie dust, right?
Yeah.
There's a dead crocodile right next to him. Let's throw in a zombie TikTok. And they ride.
Oh,
I love it.
They
I love
ride
it.
TikTok.
That's amazing.
Sprinkle some dust on him, and then they surf on him.
Yeah, exactly.
They throw the crocodile in, and the crocodile's like bouncing around, like with pixie dust flipping and flopping all over him.
Yeah.
And still feeling that tick tock, tick tock. That's great.
Yeah, I think, and then we can
Well,
make him like a cool like clock design type thing too, because
Yeah.
the clock's in his belly. We
Yeah.
could make him, we just make him neat looking. So anyway, they surf. I mean, we're not. We would say ride, but surfing sounds way more entertaining when you type it out. They surf on TikTok.
Yeah.
A zombie TikTok.
A reanimated TikTok.
Okay, fine. TikTok.
Yeah, that thing was like 40 feet long, right? So that's okay.
Yeah, he was a big fucker.
Mhm.
To the Jolly Roger. But how does he kill Captain Hook? Okay, so how do they kill
Phantom of the
him?
Opera.
Like, how do they? I mean, we could do the whole fight scene later because this is just our
Yeah.
brainstorming.
Sure.
We can film the fight scenes later. So, but how would they kill him? Also, just to spoiler alert, none of this stuff is official at the moment. So,
I would say that if he's hoisting that chandelier up, we're putting it up there for a reason.
so Chofsky's
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Serendipitous.
Chandelier.
For it to be dropped down on his
Okay.
noggin. But it's got to be done if the Phantom of the Opera is a grown Peter Pan. It's got to be done in a Peter Pan-esque way, right?
How would Peter Pan die?
It's a great question.
Getting old?
Yeah.
Chekhov.
He's
That's
too
what I
slow
was
to get out of the way? I don't know.
Dies
So-
by Chekhov's chandelier.
Yeah. So maybe, is there a way? So let's think, okay, so we've got the shadow thing we haven't used yet.
True.
So can we use the shadow idea, like the sentient shadow idea or shadows idea to be able to maybe...
Yeah, I think one potential way is while they're doing their, monologuing, the shadow kind of betrays him or whatever and gets behind him and cuts
How
the
about
shoulder.
How about this? We've got the chandelier with all the light. So as they're
Awesome.
fighting and they're monologuing, the chandelier starts to sway back and forth. And all the shadows from all the pirates and all the people and all the whatever start being noticeable on the deck. And then they start to hordes or swarm towards the Phantom of the Opera and start to smother him. Now, why?
The shadows.
It's like this Ghost. You ever see the movie Ghost?
Yeah, that's exactly what just came into my brain when I said that out loud. So maybe it's a little too similar.
No, it's still good. I mean, it works with obviously the theme.
Yeah.
I was thinking that he doesn't die by the chandelier.
Mhm.
He dies by the shadow of the chandelier.
Okay.
Because the shadow, well, I mean, I guess the shadow can touch anything and do anything normal as a regular person in the book. So I guess that really wouldn't matter.
Sure.
And obviously, it's up to anyone's interpretation, when it's public domain. But I did Google it. The Phantom of the Opera in the original book just goes back to his lair and dies of a broken heart. That's what it
Okay.
says.
There's a falling chandelier in there somewhere. I know there is.
Dies
Some
by
dramatic
a
version, right?
broken heart because he's sad. So really, it's just Queen Amidala is
Poor
what
guy.
you're saying.
Yes, it's Queen Amidala.
Yeah.
Because
Padme.
dies by shot. Dies by okay. But the
What if-
chandelier sounds better.
Chandelier is much better.
Yeah.
But I do kind of like the idea that he gets his heart broken.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. So we've got Robin Hood. We've got to use him, right? So other than just him being there with a fox on his head. So Tinkerbell, who's mad at Peter Pan for turning evil and kidnapping the darlings, brings Wendy in, and Wendy says, "You've turned into somebody that I don't know. You are not the Peter Pan that I fell in love with. You're not the guy that I know, the 12-year-old boy that is full of mischief and fun, but still cared about people. So she does this whole speech, and she breaks his heart. And Tinkerbell says, because you have grown so ugly, you're going to now age out of life. And she flops on pixie dust on him, and he starts to grow older and grow older and grow older and grow older. As he's growing older, he's getting weaker, but he gets like sword or whatever and grabs Wendy.
That's a fitting.
Yeah, grabs Wendy to be able to like, I don't know, just to say, reverse this and I'll be young again and all this stuff. Well, then we could say Smee kind of pushes, goes in and becomes the hero finally and pushes Peter Pan back and grabs Wendy. And Robin Hood, he's got the arrow, foomp right onto the cord that's holding up the chandelier and plop right down on Peter Pan.
Oh, and then we don't know if he's dead, so then we can have a sequel.
There you go.
Correct. So this I actually like.
Oh, Bob, I like that.
Because this would be really fun where Tinkerbell, Wendy, so Tinkerbell, I like the idea of the aging thing, but you can also play that with Wendy not believing in him, is where he will start aging because Wendy doesn't believe in Peter Pan anymore.
Yeah. Either one will work. I like that better. Yeah, that makes it more powerful.
Yeah, so
sad and tragic, like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah,
kills Peter Pan by not believing in her imaginary friend. Because let's be real here, when you say it out loud, they're all insane.
Yeah, this is all.
So is Alice.
Wendy's psychosis anyway.
Yeah.
Then if we get the movie rights, you could just reuse the footage from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when the guy melts.
Perfect.
Or, the first one.
We could. And I mean, it'll be public domain by then. So I mean, why not?
Right.
Yeah.
They'll run out of ideas. They'll be like, how about this thing that these people wrote a million years ago? That's the loosely based adaptation of.
And in part 2, he goes on the search for the Holy Grail so that he can live forever.
Perfect.
So
fade to black with Peter Pan playing a piano in the depths of the Jolly Roger as it floats away.
Nice.
Doo-doo. And then you just hear doo-doo.
But it should be like some sick new metal song or something, like Evanescence or something.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
It should be it should be what was the song called? Their really slow song that Evanescence had that was really popular.
The only one I remember was the one Break Me Up from Daredevil.
No, that's
Wake Me Up. Wake Me Up.
Bring Me to Life. Wake Me Up Inside. That's Bring Me to Life. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like their slow piano one. You know what? Let's just do Losing My Religion from REM, and we'll just go with that.
We probably throw a Creed song in there too, right?
Absolutely. That's a great song.
Can you take me?
Oh yeah, when Robin Hood learns to fly. We started off well, and then we slowly sold out, and within 50 seconds.
And when the chandelier's coming down on the Phantom of the Opera, you could hear "Saving Me" from Nickelback's "Prison Gates Won't Open Up." I hate that song.
And then at the very at the in credit scene, when we see the big hole in the Jolly Roger and everybody's gone and all that's just like sitting there swaying in the water, and a hand comes up and like grabs the Phantom of the Opera hand comes up and grabs the top of the deck, and we hear what's the one? I get knocked down, but I get up again. You'll never go.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, Chumbawamba. Yep.
Chumbawamba. We are not.
I like the idea of Nick.
Right. That's where I draw the line.
All right. Well, what if Nick Fury comes out and says, "I want to talk to you about the Avengers"?
Yeah, nice. We're setting up a league of extraordinary gentlemen.
Oh, nice! Yeah, there you go.
We could get Sean Connery out of retirement.
We did it.
Nice.
Have you read all of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen comics?
No, I have not.
Really?
I have huge gaps as far as my Alan Moore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That is surprising. I highly recommend it. It has probably one of the best endings in comic book history.
Oh yeah,
Hands
Oh, yeah?
down. Next to iZombie. Because there's no reason why that ending needed to happen, but it sure fucking did.
no.
Yeah, but those two, iZombie and A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, are like my top two endings of
Really? I'm gonna have to check
in
that out.
comic books ending history, which would be a great discussion to have.
Yeah.
It
It'd
is.
be all spoilers, but you know,
Best endings in comic books.
Yeah, and speaking
Yeah.
of
It's a great
endings, it looks like we're right at an hour.
Yeah,
Yep.
Anything you want to put a cap on your? Sorry, I was late. By the way, I only
that's
was here
okay.
for 40 minutes.
you go fuck yourself.
A little harsh, but okay.
No, you're good. No, I don't have any plugs. I mean, everything. If you guys enjoyed this, like, subscribe, tell your friends, come join us next time. When is our next time?
That's a great question. The second week in April, right? So it'd be
The 9th?
The 9th.
The 9th. Yeah, the 9th of April. Yeah.
The 9th and the 23rd.
At 6 p.m. Central.
That's perfect. 6 p.m.
Yeah.
6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m.
7 Eastern. Nice. Okay.
5 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Nice.
Yes.
So I'll plug. I just had issue 30 of my my 50 issue maxi series, The Offspring, come out last week. Issue 30, and you can find it on correcthandedcomics.com. Don't be left out.
Yeah. Be excited about that. More than halfway home. You should definitely be applauding. You're one of the few ambitious indie creators that we all talk about our 50 and 100 issue series, and you're actually making it happen. I respect that.
I'm getting thanks, man. Yeah, it's been fun. You guys know the struggle to do it, and it's been real fun to be able to get these characters that I've had for 30 years on the page. It's been amazing.
Yeah, and I have right at the links down here. LCS is still live. The last comic shop on Earth is being run as Life on Earth is decimated. So check it out. It's only got a week. So by the next time we're live, it'll all be have ended. And
Nice.
If you see it bouncing around, give it a share. We're still got a couple dollars to go.
Well, actually, I do have something to plug. So Sean Meehan's Age of Yokai is currently on Kickstarter. We have 3 days to go. It's not looking too hot, but hey, I'm really appreciate everybody who's backed and everything. The book is still going to be released, so we got some other stuff in the pipeline. We are definitely not disappointed. It's a great book. So if you'd like revenge, did you guys all freeze? Oh, you guys all froze. Weird.
No.
Did I freeze?
We're moving.
You're still here. No, you're good.
Okay, so you guys are just not moving. Anyway, So Age of Yokai by Sean Meehan is currently on Kickstarter. Go back it. We have 3 days left. But thank you for all the 31 backers that did back. I'm actually very surprised at it. Oh, and Set the Hook number 2 is everything is done. I just am waiting for stuff to get in the mail, and then I can start mailing out stuff.
The process, right? The process.
The thing
I did
that
drop
hate
Age
the
of
most.
Yokai in the chat just because that one's very time sensitive. Please share it out.
Yes.
If you see this, we appreciate you.
Please do.
Okay.
But
Well, guys, I think we did it. Do I need my my impromptu ending tagline?
yeah,
Okay. The Cosmos a go karate chop. Fa. How was that? Was that okay? No, I still haven't found it.